Howdy, listeners. This is your host, Random Nerd, on the Critical Thinking Nerd podcast. This is the positive masculinity series where we're building what it means to be a good man in modern society using stoicism, critical thinking, and a slow, honest look in the mirror. So far, we've laid the foundation, talked about partnership instead of gender war, and asked hard questions about identity. In episode 4, we're going to talk about 4 ancient virtues that still describe what a solid man looks like: wisdom, courage, justice, temperance. Think of these as 4 legs of a table. If even one is missing or weak, the whole thing wobbles. Segment 1. Wisdom. Seeing clearly before acting. Wisdom is not about IQ or how many books you've read. It's the ability to see reality more clearly and to respond in a way that lines up with truth, not just feeling. For a man, wisdom shows up when you pause before reacting to a text, an insult, or a disagreement. You ask, what is actually going on here? Instead of, how do I win this moment? You're willing to be corrected, not just validated. Here's some questions of wisdom. When was the last time you changed your mind because you realized you were wrong, not because you were pressured? Do you mostly consume content that agrees with you or that challenges you to grow? Here's a side item. If there is a higher power, then wisdom might mean learning to line up with that higher power, not just as you prefer your life to be. You don't have to go there yet, but keep that in your back pocket. Segment 2. Courage. Doing what's right when it's hard. Courage isn't just battlefield bravery. It's the everyday willingness to do the right thing when comfort, fear, or embarrassment are pulling you the other way. For a man, courage looks like admitting I was wrong to your partner, your kids, or your friends. Saying no to something you want because you know it would wreck your integrity. Standing up to a friend, coworker, or even your own tribe when they're crossing a line. Additional questions to think over. Where in your life do you know what's right, but you're stalling because it will cost you? Is your fear of short-term discomfort bigger than your fear of becoming a dishonest man? If there is a higher judge watching, courage is not about guts. It's about answering to someone bigger than the crowd. Again, you don't have to decide that today. But if you ever feel like someone saw that, maybe that's not just your conscience talking. Segment 3. Justice. How you treat other people. Justice in this context is about giving people what they are due. Fairness, honesty, reliability, and protection from harm. For a man, justice shows up when you keep your word, even when it's inconvenient. You don't cheat in business, relationships, or arguments. You step in when someone vulnerable is being mistreated, instead of saying, not my problem. In your relationships with a partner, justice means transparency, fidelity, and not using her as an emotional or physical outlet while withholding commitment or truth. With kids, justice means consistent boundaries, not random explosions. Discipline that trains, not punishes out of rage. With friends and community, justice means you don't ghost people who depend on you. You don't exploit, manipulate, or play games. Additional questions. Who around you is currently paying the price for your lack of follow through or honesty? If we ask the people closest to you whether you're fair, what would they say? Segment 4. Temperance. Strength on a leash. Temperance is self-control, strength under control, not strength erased. For a man, temperance touches anger. You feel it, but you don't let it drive the car. Sexual desire. You have it, but you don't let it rule your eyes, your hands, your phone, or your decisions. Appetite. Food, drink, substances, entertainment. You enjoy them, but they don't own you. Temperance doesn't mean you never feel urge or desire. It means you choose what to serve, your impulses or your values. Here's some questions to think over. Where in your life do you know you're out of control, even if nobody else knows the details? If self-control suddenly became your default, what would change first? Your phone use, your temper, your habits at night? In addition, if you ever feel like you need help beyond sheer willpower to get control back, maybe there is something beyond just yourself. For now, notice where your current strength runs out. Segment 5. Quick assessment and challenge. Rate yourself 1 to 10 in each virtue: wisdom, courage, justice, temperance. Not to shame yourself, but to get a map. Then, for the next week, pick one virtue to focus on. Choose one small, specific behavior that would represent growth. If wisdom is low, commit to pausing 10 seconds before responding in any heated conversation. If courage is low, have one hard conversation you've been avoiding. If justice is low, make one situation right that you know is unfair. If temperance is low, choose one habit to rein in: screen time, porn, alcohol, junk food, etc., etc. Write it down, name it, act on it. In closing, this episode explored the 4 virtues in a man's life: wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. These are ancient ideas, but they still describe what most people instinctively mean when they say, "That's a solid man." We've only kept this at the surface for now, but the deeper we go into this year, the more you'll see how these virtues connect to something higher than just self-help. Until next episode, stay reflective, stay grounded, and ask yourself, which of these 4 legs is weakest in my life? And what am I going to do about it this week? For truth, transparency, and fairness. If you found this episode meaningful, please continue to listen to my next episode as I dive deeper and research further to share my knowledge with you. Thank you.